Think back for a moment. Has God ever walked you through something really difficult, and only when you came out the other side could you see what he was right to? Maybe it was a season you didn't choose, a door that closed, a relationship that stretched you almost to breaking point, a change you resisted with everything you had. But with a little time and a little distance, you can look back and see it. He was at work in you. Something shifted that needed to shift. And quite honestly, now you're glad. That's what we're sitting with today. We've been in Proverbs chapter 3 all week, exploring what real wisdom looks like in ordinary life. And we finish with what might be the hardest and the most hopeful verse in the whole chapter. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 11 and 12. My child, don't reject the Lord's discipline, and don't be upset when he corrects you. For the Lord corrects those he loves, just as a father corrects a child in whom he delights. Did you catch that? Not a child he's disappointed in, not a child he's nearly given up on, a child in whom he delights. The correction comes from the delight. That's the heart of this verse, and it changes everything. When we're in the middle of something hard, when life isn't going to plan, when God seems to be pressing on something uncomfortable in us, it can feel like distance. It can feel like we've done something wrong or that God is somewhere else. But this passage says something different. It says the pressure is actually a sign of the relationship. Now, the writer of Hebrews picks up this exact verse from Proverbs and opens it right out. Hebrews chapter 12, verses 10 and 11. For our earthly fathers disciplined us for a few years, doing the best they knew how. But God's discipline is always good for us, so that we might share in his holiness. No discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. It's painful. But afterwards there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way. 3 things I want us to sit with today. First, God's correction is perfectly aimed at our flourishing. Our earthly fathers and mothers did their best, but they were working with limited patience, limited wisdom, and limited love. God isn't. His correction is never random. It's purposeful, and it's shaped by a father who knows exactly what he's growing in you. Second, the Bible is honest about the pain. No discipline is enjoyable while it is happening. God doesn't ask us to pretend that we're fine. He just asks us to trust that he hasn't finished. And third, there's a harvest coming, a peaceful harvest of right living. Something grows in us through the difficult seasons that simply can't grow any other way. Patience, humility, a compassion for others that can only come from having been through something yourself. There's a line in the old song, How Firm a Foundation, that speaks right into this. It pictures God saying quietly to his people, I only design thy dross to consume and thy gold to refine. Not punishment, refinement. And here's where this lands in real life, because Father's Day was just last Sunday. The image of a father who corrects the child he delights in says something important to every one of us who's responsible for someone else. If you're a parent, a grandparent, a mentor, or a manager, there may be someone in your life who needs you to speak an honest, caring word. Not harsh, not cold, but truthful and tender. The kind of word you've been putting off because you don't want to rock the boat. This passage gives you permission, and perhaps even a calling, to offer that kind of love. It's one of the most Christ-like things any of us can ever do for another person. So, here's your one small step for today. Just stay open. Open to the possibility that if something difficult is pressing on you right now, the Father who delights in you might be at work in it. You don't need to understand it all today. You don't need to feel grateful for it yet. Just hold it gently and trust the hands that are holding you. Here's my question for you in the comments. Has there been a hard season in your life that, looking back, you can see God was using for good? I'd really love to hear your story. Let's close in prayer together. Lord, thank you that you love us far too much to leave us where we are. Thank you that your correction comes from your delight, not your disappointment. Help us to hold that truth today, especially in the difficult moments. And give us the courage and the gentleness to offer that kind of honest, caring love to those we're responsible for. Amen. If you can join us this evening, I'm sharing something a little special. It's my farewell sermon at Maidenhead Corps as I prepare to move to the staff at William Booth College. It's a message about how leaders come and go, but Jesus remains the foundation, and God is always the one who gives the growth. I'd be honoured to have you there. And next week, we'll be starting a brand new series of daily devotionals. Same channel, same time. Do come back. Until then, be gentle with yourself. Trust the Father who delights in you. And keep going. God bless you.